Hello! Tenshin Nasukawa is a phenom who versus many of his opponents has a speed and fight IQ advantage. With it, his ability to consistently make reads and time his shots is unbelievable. It's like he's playing a game of Super Mario Kaizo World, the difference being that there are real-world consequences to this game, yet here he is, finessing his opponents to the point where he can land flush, absurdly difficult shots over and over again. It's not luck. That's a firm feel he has for his windows of opportunity, but now, Tenshin Nasukawa, a fighter with a high technical supremacy, was there ever an opponent who gave him a lot of trouble? One of the closest bouts, if not the closest bout he's ever had, was versus a high-level Muay Thai fighter many know as the Iron Man, Rodtang Jitmuangnon. No, did he have more techniques than Tenshin Nasukawa? No. Did he have better timing and/or reaction time than Tenshin Nasukawa? No. So if he didn't have the speed or fight IQ advantage, it would allow him to compete with Tenshin. Have you ever felt the spirit of many Muay Thai fighters shouting as they train? For many Thai fighters, it's not just the wholesome eight-limbed arsenal and sound, technical philosophy, but beyond that, the discipline is so strong that it allows the fighters to emanate a confident sense of pride in that discipline. Muay Thai's strength allows the user's heart to stand by it. This naturally breeds confidence, courage, and pride. Innately, it is a discipline that allows one to believe in themselves. This is why, if you ever critique a small element of Muay Thai, you'll instantly receive a ton of backlash. It's an instantaneous response that is visceral to the wielder. Of course, you can critique anything because nothing in this dimension is perfect, and actually it's very healthy to do so. That's where growth is. Many legends of the art took its philosophy and expanded upon it in a way where it became uniquely their own, and that is only possible with a degree of self-reflection. But back to the point. For many practitioners, it's not just a way to demolish their opponents, it becomes a way of life. In turn, a source of confidence, courage, and pride. This in turn breeds a strong spirit. Holding that flag in their heart, pain inflicted upon the physical vessel cannot stifle the great spirit that now resides. This is why the Thais are so mentally strong. Their training, paired with its proven effectiveness, makes it harder to give up than to give in. For throughout their martial process, they have attained a spirit made of iron. That's what Rodtang Jitmuangnon brought to the table. He was taking Tenshin Nasukawa's best shots, unfazed, walking forward like a tank, and crushing past any pressure Tenshin's timing and technique would have formed. But there has to be more to it than just spirit. After all, Tenshin has crushed champions. What technique is Iron Man using to mitigate Tenshin's strikes? Thank you for joining me as we take a closer glance. First, notice Rodtang's stance. Hands up, chin down. He does throw boxing technique, but his focus appeared to be to keep his hands up, slip or simply take the shot, and throw teeps or low kicks. This did lead to low blows, but it effectively put Tenshin on the back foot. Tenshin even landing against chin multiple times clean. Many times Rodtang would just eat it with a taunt, inviting it, show his spirit, then continue walking forward unfazed. This is crazy. Tenshin keeps clipping Rodtang on the chin over and over again, but he refuses to give up his position. He's willing to get hit in order to keep coming forward. Tenshin Nasukawa has shown a capacity to knock out many of his competitors, which makes this all the more ridiculous. Just look at how perfect the counter was. Sliding back with his Kyokushin style, then re-entering with a cross. It's perfectly timed. But Rodtang keeps coming forward. Unfazed, he brushes Tenshin's attempt at a clinch knee like it was no big deal. Just look at how quick Tenshin is. He has a clear speed and reaction time advantage, but he can't find a way to stifle that forward pressure. His strikes are not enough. He can't create the respect he needs to get off the back foot. This is actually crazy. Rodtang enters with a teep, but Tenshin circles out of its line, paws with his lead, to which Rodtang slings out a lead hook. Tenshin sees this a mile away, drops his hands as counterbalance for his pull, but his counter couldn't beat the following cross to the punch. Blocking the roundhouse, here's what Rodtang does differently. He sees the cross, but he isn't slipping in. Instead, he tilts his head down and takes it on the forehead. If you've ever trained with mitts, one of the things many padmen do is hit your punch with the pad as it comes in. This keeps the pad from flying back. Now, Rodtang's goal is to keep his brain from whipping against skull wall. You can partially mitigate that likelihood by rolling with the shot similarly to how the Diaz brothers do, or in this instance, do the opposite. Send more shock into your vertebrae, crashing the big glove against the hard forehead. I recall a story of a boxer who won many bouts breaking hands using this method, but unfortunately, he went blind. If any of you can recall this man, please leave his name in the comments. I'd like to further cover it, but I can't fully remember. It was a long time ago. But that's exactly it. Tenshin, for the most part, did have more significant shots, but he could not stop this great spirit's forward pressure. Fearless and willing to take punishment to retain his position, he was whittling away at the undefeated prodigy. Tenshin is human after all, and being forced to constantly work with the pressure. If rain can whittle away at mountains, having his best shots walk through, unable to establish respect, and continuously bombarded with danger. All of this can whittle away at Tenshin's mind. And from there, sometimes one clean shot can completely change the outcome of a bout. This shot right here was very dangerous. After taking another low blow, the ref did not catch it. Tenshin catches the following roundhouse, then he attempts to counter with a spinning back fist. He gets clipped side ahead, notably throwing him off to the point where he loses his footing and falls over. From here, he appears exhausted and worn. I believe it is very fortunate that the bout ended. You can tell he gave everything he had just to make it through. Rodtang, on the other hand, the man is truly made of iron. Observe how he just shows his spirit to the world. He's doing that after taking perfectly timed shot after perfectly timed shot over and over again. The man is obviously a prodigy himself. Now, the way Tenshin was moving, his shot selection between each window, when you slow it down, Rodtang did of course have more pressure and sure, it looked less hurt, but it seemed as though Tenshin was sinking more strikes. It would have been close for anyone to judge, I believe, but I do agree with the decision. Nonetheless, both these fighters were top caliber, and I'm grateful to both Tenshin Nasukawa and Rodtang Jitmuangnon for the privilege to watch. Thank you. Mind Smash has an Instagram. Please follow it if you'd like to show me some love. Subscribe and hit the notifications if you like more from me. Thank you if you did. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.